it up on that site. It'll be the same site as last night. It'll just be like on top of the videos from yesterday. It'll be like first. Okay, so we're gonna hide the boys for right now. Actually, I could put them over here. There, you can still see them. Okay, we're gonna put these sentences, phrases, words into an algebraic expression. So you guys have, like, this would be on the front, all the words, and then on the back, we're gonna write, or underneath, we're gonna write the expression. So the first one was n plus 10, so the number plus 10. We did the second one in class yesterday, but I don't think I recorded that on Aaron either. So the product of 5 and a number. How would I show the product of 5 and a number, Anna? 5 times n. You can write that all sorts of ways. You can use the X symbol. You can use the dot symbol. You can use parentheses, or you can just write them right next to each other. Okay. In this case, that represents timesing. It doesn't mean like if you had, if n was 4, that doesn't make the number 54. That's still 5 times. Okay, and we'll just work down the list. So our next phrase is 2 times a number. How would I show 2 times a number, Josie? 2 times n. 2 times n. I'm just going to write it like that. But no, any of the ones from up above would also count. Okay, any of those. Okay, our next one is a number r subtracted by 10. Jack.
R minus 7 and 10.
Yeah, r minus 10. So this is our number subtracted by 10. Okay, our next one is twice a number and 14. And I kind of went over this one at the end of class yesterday because the wording was a little tricky. And can mean plus. Okay, so we want to do twice a number plus 14. Matthew, how did you show that? 10 times 2 plus 14. Plus. As I said, this one's kind of tricky. So we want to take a number plus 14 and twice that. We want to twice that whole thing. Anna, what do you do? Yeah, and I'm going to put the 2 right there. So you see twice a number and 14, or a number plus 14. Okay, the next one, the sum of triple a number and 5. Josie. N times 3 plus 5. We want triple a number plus 5. Okay, the next one is the quotient of n and 8. Quotient means what? Anna? Divide. So we would divide them. Which one? Okay. Which one goes first? N or 8? Now, N. You do it the same way you read it. So N divided by 8. Or N divided by 8. You could put it in a box, but if you're writing like a number sentence, normally it's going to be one of those. Okay, 7 less than a number. This one is tricky. It tricks people. Josie? 7. Okay, 7 minus n. Does that show 7 less than something? That shows n less than something. So it's actually opposite of how it's worded in this case. So we have a number and we want 7 less, or n minus 7. subtraction ones are usually the only ones where they may be out of order from the sentence itself. Okay, so you have to read them very carefully and think about what it's asking you to put together. Whoops, sorry. 8 more than a number z. Okay. Yeah, 8 plus z or z plus 8. Either one of those is fine. And then a number n divided by 2. Yeah. N divided by 2. Yep, n divided by 2, either way. Okay. Any questions on those? It is something that will take some time, especially with those subtraction ones. Okay. But the more you do it, the better you'll get. So we have one more example to go over, but then you guys have an activity. And then the boys have to do it like different, but they have the activity too that they can do later. Okay. I don't think you want to do algebra. And maybe you do. But they get to color. They're shading things. So yeah, it's still going to be really slow because I have Zoom on. So it's going to take a while to get in between things. It's 1 o'clock though. You shouldn't be asleep, right? Ooh, corn dogs sound tasty. We're in 3. You're in Arizona. My mom brought me food when I was sitting there. You know, I'm really Anna said something when I was like down. Okay. Okay. Example 3. Okay. Example 3 is something. I need to turn this so they can see it. A video. Look at that. Okay. So here we go. Pay attention.
Each part of an expression that is separated by a plus sign or a minus sign is called a term. How many terms does the expression 12r plus r divided by 2 minus 19 have?
Okay. How many pieces does it have that's separated by plus or minus signs? How many different pieces does it have? Yeah. 3. It's got a 12r, an r divided by 2, and a 19. Okay, 3 parts.
Describe the parts of the expression.
Okay, I guess I described them as I talked about.
The expression has 3 terms. The terms are 12r, r divided by 2, and 19. Notice that the terms do not include the plus sign or the minus sign. The first term, 12r, is a product of 2 factors. A coefficient is the number that is multiplied by a variable. 12 is the coefficient of r.
Okay, so like I said yesterday, they're getting rid of the time sign, like that x. It looks too much like the letter x. So if it involves a variable, they're just going to butt them right up next to each other. So that number in front, it's still a number, it's still 12, that doesn't change, but we name it a coefficient. It's got a special name while it's in front of the R. Okay, the R is a variable, the 12 is a coefficient.
The second term is written as a fraction.
Which means what? What are we doing here? What kind of math? Josie? Dividing.
It represents the quotient of R divided by 2. Remember that a fraction bar also means divide. The term 19 is a constant numerical value. The three terms of this expression include a product, a quotient, and a constant value.
Okay, the reason it's called a constant value is that nothing will change the 19. It's a 19. Like you don't times it times anything, you don't divide it by anything, it's just a 19. It's constantly 19. Okay. So let's kind of apply this here. Okay, so here we have an expression, R divided by 9 plus 5.5. How many terms does it have?
3.
Tell me with your fingers. Not asking the son with his thumb. Everyone in here, tell me with your fingers. How many you think? How many do you have, Megan? Right. How many do you have marked out? 4. One of you is right. Anna. Okay, so if you think back to the beginning of the video, it said anything separated by a plus or minus sign. How many plus or minus signs do I have in this? Just one. Oh, that was a bad line. Okay, just the one plus sign right here. So this means that R divided by 9 is technically one term because I could write it like this. And then 5.5 is its own thing. And then we have that plus sign in the middle. So technically 2 terms. Now, if you said 3, I can see why you said 3, because you could think of like that division, like an R by itself, a 9 by itself, and the 5.5 by itself. But really, we only separate it by plus and minus. Okay, let's see. No. Okay. 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 Let's look at this 8 through 10. Okay, because you guys are gonna get lots of practice like 6 and 7. At the top of this page, like right before your homework, it gives you examples again of the phrases and how you would show that as an expression. But Erin has it, Axton will get it tonight. I have a list of lots of different words that you might see, like some, less than, more than, like that would help you determine what you're doing. Okay, so that will help. Okay, but let's look at 8 through 10. We have this expression here, W over 4 plus 12.5 minus 7Z. How many terms does the expression have? Show me with your finger. How many terms does it have? Which problem? 8. This here. Looking at this. how many terms does it have? Aaron, you raised your hand. Yes. It is 3. So I've got a plus sign here, a minus sign here. It breaks it up into W over 4 is one term, 12.5, and 7Z. 3 different terms. Okay, which one of those terms has a coefficient? Aaron, which one has a coefficient?
The 7Z.
Okay, the one with the variable and a number in front of it, like if they're being multiplied together, that one has a coefficient. Which term is a constant numerical value? Constantly the same, Mackie? 12.5. Okay, on this W minus 4, there's no name for like a fraction or a quotient. It doesn't have a fancy name. So it either has a coefficient in front or a constant. Unfortunately, they both start with C's, and that's hard to like give you something to remember. Other than like the constant is constantly the same. It will never change. In this problem, the 12.5. Okay. Any questions? Everybody. Okay. We're gonna do a boys, you can hang on a second. I'm gonna show you kind of what you're doing with the activity after I give it to these guys. Oh, do I have enough? Oh, good thing the people were on. I didn't have enough. Okay. So go ahead and like unhook these, spread them out a little bit. Oh no, I would have had enough. No, I would have. Some would have been short. Okay. I used to make things in like 12, but I like it even dozen. And then I just like, that's a lot of cutting. I don't want to do it yet. Okay, so you'll see that all of these have stuff along all 3 sides. Okay, it either has a dotted line, that stands for like the border. They have a problem with words, with like a number, like number 15, and then a problem, or it has an expression. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to start with like a number. I probably start with number 1. Okay, so let's okay, number 1, you can see it has these dotted lines on both sides, so that's the border. And you're going to make a shape with this. So number 1 says the quotient of x and 7. Can you guys find on your triangles something that shows the quotient of x and 7? Remember, quotient means you are doing what? Dividing. Okay. Okay. What number does it have on it? 2. Okay, so you should find, if you have found it, well, this is number 2. And then you're going to take that x divided by 7 and put it right underneath number 1. Okay, so okay, then now you see there's a number 2. You're going to find that one, put the triangle next to it. And then eventually you'll have some shape when you're all said and done. Okay, so you guys can try to do those. And then if you get stuck, I can help you. If you think you found them all, I can check. Okay. Okay. Boys, if you, and Axon will get this tonight, if you want extra practice, Hold on, let me. Dotted ones are the borders, yes. When you find what number 2 is? You'll put it right under, like you'll match up the words to the problem. It will make a shape when you're all done. So like, look at how I have mine, Anna. Like you got like problem 1, and then it's touching the problem. Like the expression part. Okay, so you guys have something like this that list numbers and boxes and stuff. And then you guys have the same pieces that they do, except it's on a worksheet. So I highlighted, and it's backwards, but I highlighted the problem parts that you need to write the expression for. So this here is number 1 that they just did, the quotient of x and 7. So when you figure out how to write that, you can just write it on this sheet of paper. And if you want, you can find like that one is x divided by 7. Every possible answer will be on here and you'll use them once. So if you figure out, oh, x divided by 7, that's what I want it to be, you can cross it out and that'll help you answer them all too. Okay, it's just kind of some extra practice, making sure you understand how this works.
Oh,
Okay.
so it's like extra credit, sort of, so we can learn it.
Sort of. Yeah. I'm not gonna grade it, but I will check it to see like if you did okay. But it won't go in the grade book.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Any questions, Erin?
No?
Okay. If you guys don't have any questions, that is all I'll do for today. I do have the assignment online, and I don't know on the computer. Hold on. Did I put the actual assignment?
Actually,
I did not.
we got mixed up in lesson 3-4. I actually did today.
Okay.
We thought that Monday I was supposed to do that, so
Oh, yeah.
went and did it today.
Okay. How did you do?
I did pretty good.
Okay.
do
Because like if you felt like you could do better, you can always redo it. But if you like the grade you got, you can keep it.
Okay.
If you want to do it in the book, it's just the odd numbers.
Okay.
Wow. Then I will let you guys go. Do you guys want to say goodbye before they go?
Bye, guys.